The armed forces of the Russian Federation continue the special military operation in Ukraine. On April 8, high-precision air-based missiles destroyed a large depot of missile and artillery weapons near Novomikhailovka, Odessa region. Aviation equipment of the Ukrainian Armed Forces was also destroyed at the Kramatorsk military airfield in Kirovograd region. Operational tactical aviation hit 54 military assets of Ukraine. Among them, 1 command post, 2 fuel depots, 1 field ammunition depot, 2 multiple rocket launchers, as well as 45 strong points and areas of Ukrainian military equipment concentration. Russian air defense means shot down 1 Ukrainian Su-27 aircraft in the air near Novomikhailovka. In total, 126 aircraft, 421 unmanned aerial vehicles, 2,024 tanks and other armored combat vehicles, 225 multiple launch rocket systems, 876 field artillery and mortars, as well as 1,923 units of special military vehicles of the armed forces of Ukraine were destroyed during the operation. Today, the Ukrainian Armed Forces struck Kramatorsk railway station with Tochka-U tactical missile. Tochka-U tactical missile, the wreckage of which was found near Kramatorsk railway station, is only used by the Ukrainian Armed Forces. I would like to point out that the maximum range of Tochka-U missile is 120 kilometers. The warhead weighs 482 kilograms and contains 20 fragmentation warheads, 7.5 kilograms each, forming around 16,000 fragments. An analysis of the engagement radius of the warhead, as well as the characteristic position of Tochka-U missile's tail section, clearly confirm that it was launched from a southwestern direction away from Kramatorsk. According to intelligence reports, one of the missile battalions of the 19th Missile Brigade, armed with Tochka-U missile systems, at the time of the strike on Kramatorsk, was located near Dobropolye in Donetsk region, 45 kilometers southwest of Kramatorsk. This area is still under the full control of the Ukrainian military grouping of troops in Donbass. I would like to stress that the Ukrainian armed forces still possess a significant arsenal of Tochka-U missiles. Before the start of the special military operation, the Kiev regime had 20 Tochka-U missile systems with 2 launchers each. During the special military operation, 8 Ukrainian Tochka-U rocket launchers and around 90% of the missiles at the arsenals were destroyed. Nevertheless, the threat by the Kiev regime of continued provocations and missile attacks on populated areas with civilians remains high. A joint operation by a grouping of troops of the Donetsk People's Republic and units of the Russian Armed Forces to fully liberate Mariupol city is continuing. The results of radio intercept show that in addition to Nazis from the Azov battalion and remnants of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, there is a significant number of foreign mercenaries in the occupied areas of the city. In addition to Ukrainian and Russian, radio communications are conducted in 6 other, mostly European foreign languages. It's clear that it's not the defenders of so-called European values who are now blockaded in the city, but foreign mercenaries arriving to kill Slavs for American dollars, using a human shield made up of civilians. Kiev's nationalist regime has refused to withdraw fighters from Mariupol. With this in mind, the city will be certainly liberated by the troops of the Donetsk People's Republic and units of the Russian Armed Forces.